record it, and push it over to Facebook.
See, there you go.
This was
doing all
above
that
my pay grade,
technology.
no doubt about it. I don't know what that means. Share to an event called sports. There we go. Yeah, this was me Googling one day and figuring it out.
And figuring it out, like, how do you do this? And
Yeah,
that's,
I
what do
was
you do
impressed
with
with
this?
myself when I got it figured out, but I did.
So if I go to the, I just want to see if it works. Oh, look. Oh.
We're not going to be, hold on just a second. Are you in the event?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to get into, not to have the voice going, but I was trying to get in there just so I could see it. Oh, there it is.
Hold on, it's about to go live. Now it's about to go live. Not with my best grammar on there. So it's almost there. It's almost there. Redirecting to Facebook Live. And I think we might be live. Hold on. I think we're going to get there. So everybody, yes, there we are. So Scotty, if you're in the event and it's live in the event, you can share it to your news feed now.
Okay.
So your people can see it too. So, hey, everybody, thanks for jumping on. I was so excited to have Scotty on tonight. I know I've been sharing some stories lately, but I actually had one of my customers who is a guy say, hey, Susan, do you have any men's stories? I was like, ding, ding, ding. Apparently I need to get that out there more. So Scotty and I just got back from Cabo where we had one of the most amazing trips. Yes, we were let back into America. So
Yes.
we're pretty excited about that, right? But I can't wait for you to hear his story tonight. So before we get started, most of you know that if you're on my Facebook, I live this Thrive life. What was I before? I was a tired, exhausted mama. I was drinking too much caffeine. I didn't like to get up in the morning. I was gaining weight because I'd hit that 40 years old. I didn't feel good. My kids were getting what was left of me instead of the best of me. Single mom in a hamster wheel every day. When my friend called me about this, now she didn't call me about any of that stuff. She had just heard that this product was helping people with some head discomforts, and I can't really go into detail with that. You're going to have to figure out what I'm talking about, medical claims. And she was like, Susan, I heard this was helping them. You've got to try this product. And I was like, fine, whatever. I seriously rolled my eyes, Scotty. I don't know if you knew that I did that, but I was like, oh my goodness, what are we talking about? By day 3, I was not drinking any, day 1, I didn't drink any Dr. Peppers. Day 3, I was okay with not drinking any Dr. Peppers. I was waking up before the alarm clock went off. I was getting up in a good mood. I was engaging with my children every day after work. I was cleaning closets. I was organizing kitchen cabinets. I was cooking. And I was exercising. It was insane how all of a sudden I felt like there were 2 of me and we were going. And then when I laid my head down at night, I fell right to sleep. But it was really crazy. Oh, and in 5 days, I lost 2 pounds. So I was like, all right.
Wow.
But it was crazy how she called me on that 6th day and she was like, well, that's all great. What about this? And I said, oh my gosh, it's been 6 days. And at that point, I was a total believer. So what are these 3 steps? Very simple. Then we're going to go right into Scotty's story. 2 capsules, mine are purple, his are blue, every morning as soon as you wake up. Then you wait 20 to 30 minutes and drink this. We don't call it a protein shake, but it has a way more stuff in there than that. Amazing. And then you put on a little sticker. That little sticker is going to time release vitamins into your body all day. It's amazing. Those 3 simple steps, over 100 all natural vitamins, minerals, and nutrients every day. Now, I've been doing this now for a little over 7 years. Scotty, how long have you been taking these 3 products?
6.5 years.
6.5 years. So tell me a little bit about yourself and what you were before somebody told you about this product.
So, just some background about me. I'm 51 now. We started this, like I said, 6.5 years ago. I'm a licensed athletic trainer in the state of Texas. I'm sports medicine, take care of athletes when they're injured, and all of that. I've been doing that since high school, did it all through college, and this is my profession. And people come and ask me about various things that have to do with recovery and how do I help, rehab this, and is supplements important and things like that. So, people bring me a lot of that kind of thing and had been. And honestly, I've been using a different company's product that was what I felt like was a good product. If I'm gonna suggest something to athletes for those purposes, for recovery, for whatever it may be, to try and help them back sooner, you know, I want to make sure I've used it, I've tried it, and I was using a different company supplements at the time. The only issue I had with it, and I had several friends that were doing this with me, is it was a very complicated, regimented kind of thing to do. You didn't just wake up in the morning and just grab a couple of capsules and throw them down and out the door you go. You had to do certain things all day long with this, you know, company's product, and it was just like, oh my God, it's just too much. And at the end of the day, I was like, crud, I've got 3 pills left. Where did I miss those? You know, so it was that kind of thing. And I've been watching my great friend Starla on some posts that she had made, and her daughter Spring. And I've been watching them, and Spring had actually reached out to my wife, Melissa, about this particular product. And my wife is not the supplements person in our family. She's like, I just get up, go to work, and come home, and that's what I do, right? Talk to him about it. And so they kind of reached out a little bit, but nothing really happened with it. And a different friend of ours, Season Bodak, who's a great friend of both of ours, and she had reached out also to Melissa and said, hey, because, you know, this apparently is a women-dominated kind of company and product, reached out to her and gave her an actual sample pack that sat on her bedside table for probably a week. And we saw Season at a different event, and she said, is your wife ever going to take this? I'm like, probably not. This is not her thing. She goes, is it your thing? I'm like, yeah, I'm an athletic trainer. This is what I do. I look at this stuff and see what it's all about. She goes, great. Here's some men's capsules. Go get the rest of her stuff and try it. I'm like, yeah. So I did. I like the simplicity of the 3 steps. I mean, you get up in the morning, as soon as your feet hit the floor, you wake up and you take 2 capsules and you're done taking capsules for the rest of the day. 20 minutes later, you put the lifestyle mix with that so they blend naturally together and formula starts happening. And then you add that DFT, which is the thing that really got my attention. This is what I really, truly loved about it. You put that DFT on and out the door you went. You were done. You didn't have to stick to a regimen. And after about 3 or 4, actually, I was more of a day 5 before the ahas really started coming in. I was leaving the coffee that I would normally make for myself in the pot, not even in the cup yet. And I was out the door, and I wasn't getting the sodas to get me through the day. And in the nighttime, because what I do for the high schools, you know, I'll leave at dark and I get home way after dark and covering games and that kind of thing. I was not needing the energy drinks to keep me going. I was not needing the little extra caffeine shot. I felt good again. I felt like I had my little edge back. I was really focused. I was alert, paying attention to a lot of things going on at once, and I just felt great. And like I said, the thing that truly caught my attention about all this was the DFT. The transdermal technology is something that has been around for quite a while, whether it's pain patches or nicotine patches. People see all this stuff, right? Well, this was a technology that I understood, but I've never seen a nutraceutical company do this with this type of delivery and make it part of one formula. All 3 of these pieces are designed specifically for their delivery system about absorption. And that's where the downfall in most vitamin companies, supplementation runs into a roadblock. You don't absorb what you need to absorb so that you get what you need to get so your body will do what it was meant to do. When you start absorbing things properly and you receive all these nutrients in your system the way you're supposed to, boom, things start happening. And what's going to happen for Susan, what happened for me, what happened for my wife is all going to be a little bit different. For me, it was just, I didn't need to depend on caffeinated things to get me through my day. You know, I lost a little bit of weight, which was kind of nice, and that was great, but that wasn't my goal going into this. But I just felt good on a very simple supplementation system that fed my body great premium grade level ingredients that I needed so that my body would work the way I needed to work. And for my wife, it was the same thing. She'd wake up tired. She'd go to work tired. She'd come home tired. And we'd have to wake her up on the couch to go to bed so she could sleep and get up tired and repeat her day. And then once I started helping her take the Thrive steps, it started working for her too. She was sharp. She wasn't needing sodas throughout her day. She wasn't tired. She was sharp. She was getting things done. In fact, people where she worked were commenting to her, goodness gracious, girl, you're just marking things off your list left and right and doing this, that, and the other. It's, what's gotten into you? You know, what's going on? And she just loved it. And so, you know, we've been thriving together now, like I said, for 6.5 years. I love it. I still love sharing it with people every day. It's just something that people need to get into their body, you know?
I like how you talked about all the energy drinks before, because, you know, I used to start my day with another company's energy drink, probably the same company you're talking about. And then I would drink the Dr. Peppers all day. I was never a coffee drinker, so that was lost on me, but all of that. And at the time that I would drink one, man, I was going, but then I would crash. And so I'd have to have another one. And I
Right.
just remember in that first week, probably one of the reasons I felt so much better is because there was so much water going in my body. Because the first thing she told me was, don't you drink one of those Dr. Peppers. And I was like, oh no, how would I survive? I literally saved so much money in that first week. It was insane. But truthfully, this is why, guys, I wanted y'all to hear Scotty's story. I mean, he's an athletic trainer. He deals with athletes' bodies and his own every day. And so I'm not an expert in supplements. I would be like, I can't tell you what all these ingredients are. I mean, they're good. They're vitamins, but I don't know what they're going to do for me. All I know is how I feel. Now, then we have the experts who probably understand every ingredient and how everything works together. And I'll be like, ask them. Anyway, but most of the time I just tell you what the story is. Now, what's super cool, I just told y'all that all of us just got back from Cabo. That was my 19th paid for vacation. How many was it for y'all?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Jason said that there's been like 34 trips now.
Well, that's him and Jason. No, there's only been
right, all together.
trips total.
I bet we've done, I
I
don't know.
think you probably have been on. Did you go to the first
so.
Cabo trip?
Yes, I think.
Okay, so you've been on 19 trips too. So there you go.
Yeah.
So here's what's super cool is
No, I'm sorry. The first Cabo trip was the first trip I saw.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I had been thriving for about a week when I think everybody got back from that first trip. I was like going, hey, that looks pretty fun.
Were you?
So the very next trip was New Orleans, and so I'm like, we're going to New Orleans, and we made.
So what's really cool is everybody asks, you know, Mike and I'll leave on these vacations. They're like, do y'all know any? I mean, like, who are you going with? We don't go with anybody. We get there and we know everybody. We have a blast. And so yeah, Mike somehow got away with Scotty's hat and we still have it. So I guess we'll have to drive to Houston.
It's his. I meant for him to have it. He can keep it.
It's so funny. Mike always forgets his sunglasses and always forgets his hat. So we always have to get a new one on every trip. The collection in there is insane. So here's something really cool is whenever you do decide to start thriving, you're like, I got to get these things in my body. I want to know, I want to feel like y'all do. I want to just feel better. You can thrive as a customer or promoter. Either way, you get a free referral link, which is what we call a website. You don't have to pay for that. Either way, when two people are thriving with you, you get your products free the following month. Well, as I told you in the beginning, when I started this, I was a single mom of 2 kids. I had to get it for free. That was not an option. Customer or a promoter, you can earn your products for free. I love to shout out every month all my customers who are getting their products for free that month. I mean, it's exciting. I actually had a customer call me yesterday and she goes, all my friends want to know why I'm only paying $11 for my Thrive. That's her shipping. That was it. And I was like, well, you just got to tell people about it. But anyway, the only difference between a customer and a promoter is the promoter can actually earn commissions and bonuses. So Scotty, did you and your wife start out as customers or did y'all just go in full force?
Okay, so here's a funny story. And my wife likes me to tell the story now, but it wasn't so funny at the time because she found out through Facebook that I had joined as a promoter when we started Thriving. And not only did I join as a promoter, I bought the biggest promoter pack they had. And she's like, we don't have that kind of money. What are we doing? What are you doing? I mean, I like 100 questions, right? And so I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to get my money back. Starla told me how to do this, and here's what we're going to do. And in the first 2 weeks, she said, all you got to do is reach out to a few people and share your experience with them, and then drop them in a call with me, and we'll talk them up. And if you'll get 2 customers and 2 promoters in your first couple of weeks, you'll get a nice little bonus back from the company. I'm like, it's called VIP 800. I'm like, cool, I'm totally in that. And so I work with high school kids all the time. This is kind of fun. So she told me, I'm like, okay, so I want to get my money back out of this, and this is all cool. The VIP. I mean, how do you do it? She reach out to 3 to 5 people a day. If you can get a couple of free customer accounts, great. I'm like, okay, cool. So 3 to 5 is good. 5 to 10 is better, right? She's like, she started giggling. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I literally want to make if I made a couple of $100 a month at this, that would be good, right? She's like, yeah, and was giggling again because she already knew because she saw her check coming in. You know, we just took off, and what the company does, like Susan said, it's free to be a promoter. It's actually free to be a customer. All they really want you to do for either one is buy Thrive, take Thrive, love Thrive, and share Thrive. And you share it as a customer, you can get it for free. If you share it as a promoter, you can get it for free and make free commission money. That's the coolest thing about this company. They don't charge you a penny to do any of this. They just want you to buy Thrive, love Thrive, and share Thrive. And if you do, they're going to reward you, and they reward you immensely. Like we said, lifestyle getaways and automobile bonuses and all of this. And so I took off. I'm like, this is great, and I was motivated. My family picked on me because all they saw me doing was on my phone, and I'm texting away, and I'm talking to people left and right, put people on the phone with Starla and Sheila and Maria and everybody, and we're just like going to town, right? And we go VIP. This is how it went for us. We went VIP 800 on day 13. Day 14, we hit VIP 1600 and 4K. 7 days later, we finished June out on June 30th, just over the 12K mark at 14K. The very next month, we go right into it. And by, remember the auto ships were the 5th, 15th, and 25th? By the 5th, we had already hit the 12K mark again. So I knew we were getting the automobile bonus again. So I took my wife down and we went car shopping. And we put her in a Mercedes E350. She was no longer mad at me for the Facebook post. She found out that I started thriving as a promoter, or the money that I spent to start the promoter pack, which we got back, 10 times over in the first few months.
And I think I need to touch on that. When I joined, I was intrigued by the no website fee. There is no inventory to buy. Like some companies, you got to buy an inventory, but they do give you different packs so that you and your spouse can thrive together. Like it all comes in one thing. And then you have enough left over to sample if you want to. It sounds like y'all were going so fast. You're like, no, this is, and I do, like a lot of promoters get theirs. They're like, no, that's my stuff. But very fortunately, the company now, back then they didn't, but now they give you 10 samples, 20 samples to sample out, which is super cool. And for those of you who don't understand all the bonuses, it was insane for me in the first 2 weeks because it was right before Christmas when I got those, and I was a single mom with 2 kids, so it was a game changer. And I worked for car dealers, so I didn't really need the car bonus, but that car bonus that I got was paying my electric bill and other things too, so it was pretty nice. And I was single, so I didn't really have to explain my situation to anybody. But I do laugh all the time about being on the phone because in the beginning, I did that a lot. And here's what I just would say. Mom's building an empire. Now looking back, they almost laugh at me saying those things because now mom stays home and became a stay-at-home mompreneur. Now mom allows the choices and options that we have. Now we live in our dream home. Would have never thought as a single mom 7 years ago I'd ever live in my dream home. Now I get to travel the world. Thank God I don't have to pay for it because I'm so cheap now. I'm like, I don't pay for vacations. Why would I pay for vacations when I got all these free ones? And then, as I said yesterday, I get 2 car bonuses. Mike gets a car bonus, and now my 19-year-old son gets a car bonus. There was $3,200 that came in this household yesterday just on car bonuses alone, not our commissions. Not our commissions. I mean, it's insane. And I always share this with everybody. If there's ever an opportunity that you were looking at, go with a company that gives you different ways to be paid. Our company allows 12 different ways that you're making. Sometimes that's overwhelming to me. And I'm like, all I know is to get people on Thrive, and it works out every week. So I don't even try to figure that out at all. Well, Scotty, I am so glad that you got on here. I mean, your expertise and y'all are so fun. We had so much fun with you and Cabo. You and Mike have just became great friends, and I love it. So,
good dude. I really like him.
It does make a difference when you get to, and we haven't seen anybody in a year. We did not get to travel for a year. And so it was like a big reunion. It was so awesome.
No, I definitely enjoyed seeing everybody. It's fun. I'm already looking forward to Puerto Vallarta. That's the next one coming up in June. Yeah, we are definitely going to be there for that as well. It's good. All right,
guys, thank you so much for joining us. If you jumped on here, somebody invited you, just get back with the person who invited you. If it was one of us, ask us more questions. We love it. And we do these lives absolutely live with no script. And that's why you have crazy things happen on your camera behind you with teenage boys. Let's just, at least the dog who is sitting right here did not go insane. Okay. Thanks, Scotty. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.